Party people, Gen Con 2021, I am so excited to be talking about games. I just got done with my shift over at Greenbrier Games, and here I am. My first stop is the Arcane Wonders booth. Here we go. I'm at Arcane Wonders. They have a ton of titles. I'm going to be checking them out today, but first is the perfect picture. And I've been calling it the perfect moment forever, Jace. I'm so sorry.
It used to be called the perfect moment.
Yeah, it used to be called the perfect moment.
Now it's picture perfect. It is the perfect deduction game. If you like deduction, this is the game for you. Let me show you it. Not only you get this cool Gwyneth Paltrow Emma look on the front, but the game itself plays out like Clue or like those puzzle deduction books, the ones where it says, I want to be next to someone and not next to someone. In this game, every character has 3 different things they want. So each character on your specific board will be told, I want to stand next to someone, or I want to stand away from someone, I want to be in the front, I want to be in the back. So you have 3D spatial deduction on this, but you're not going to have everything at once. It's not like those books where you get everything. You're only going to get pieces. You're only going to get clues for a couple of characters. Then there's going to be cards that say, pass one of your things to the player to the left. So the player on the left then is going to get to see one of your cards, and you're going to see someone else's card. So you're all building different logic puzzles. You're trying to compete, and so you could get the most pieces to be what they want and don't want in this game. That is the concept of this. Great. There's also an auction variant for those who are more advanced, where instead of just tossing around the stuff, you also can, instead, you can auction off and say, oh, you really want to learn what the dog wants to do?
Yeah.
Pay me 5 of your tableware and I'll show you what the dog can do.
Oh.
It's great for advanced players as well.
Picture
perfect, aka the old perfect moment.
There you go. Thank you so much for showing me that game, because I've been waiting for this one to come here for a while, and now I finally have it. All right, party people, there you go. This is Picture Perfect from the Arcane Wonders. I'm going to be having a whole bunch of games on here. Thank you for joining me on MvM.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here at Genius Games booth with the man himself, John Covey. John,
Perfect. Great pronunciation.
thank you very much. We've been working on my pronunciation of his last name.
That's right.
You've got a lot of games here going on.
Yes.
And we've worked together for quite some time,
Absolutely.
from way back in the day.
Yeah.
What's the latest one here?
So the latest one is Genotype, a Mendelian genetics game.
Well, that's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. So if you go back to high school biology and you remember Punnett squares, where you were crossing, say, the big T, little t with the big T, big T.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this game is basically about.
Ah.
Gregor Mendel's groundbreaking research on pea plants and traits and how they gain their traits.
Whoa. Yeah, I love the fact, I mean, if you don't know John's games, they're all incredibly educational.
Right.
And good games. Usually you don't have both of those things. Usually when people try to do edutainment type stuff,
right,
it doesn't hit. Yeah. But these games are good.
Yep. Well, I would like to say they're good, but I'm a little biased, obviously. But one of the things we do in all of our games now is we include what's we called a science behind booklet.
Oh,
and
cool.
So it's actually, we don't write it internally as a team. There's a dozen or more with cytosis, with periodic, subatomic, genotype. We had almost 20-something PhDs who played the game, looked at the research, and identified how accurate the science was, and they wrote about it in that Science Behind guide.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, I hope you're having a great Gen Con. I'm sure these things are going to be moving. This game is available here, right?
It is available right now. Yep.
Yeah, this one is available here. Make sure to come by the Genius booth to check it out, and stay tuned for more content coming soon.
Hey everybody, welcome back to MvM and our Gen Con 2021 coverage. I'm here today with Justin Gary, CEO of Stoneblade Entertainment and the designer of Ascension, which you may have heard of. That's a huge game. We're here to show you a prototype of Ascension Tactics. Now this is a game that we covered on the channel about a year ago, but we did not have this beautiful looking final production. Yeah. So what can you tell us about this game?
It's so exciting. It's basically taking the Ascension deck building game, which we have 10 years of history on, and combining it with a tactical miniatures game, which I grew up loving miniatures. I designed the World of Warcraft miniatures game back in the day. And so it's really just about taking the best of those worlds and putting them together, which you got to play the game in for a while ago.
That was great.
So for people who are familiar with Ascension, you still have that same deck building aspect, the center row, you're adding cards to your deck, but instead of using power to kill monsters, using power to command your champions, which are these little miniatures on the board. And so then, and you're trying to control territory, attack the other miniatures, and it really becomes this kind of seamless integration of really two genres that I'm just super passionate about. And to see them come to life now, this is the very first time we've actually had the real miniatures in our hands, is pretty amazing.
They look fantastic. I mean, you couldn't be happier, I think.
Yeah, for fans of Ascension, you're going to recognize all of your favorite characters. For people who have never seen Ascension before, right, there's just cool things that you could come into and really enter into the genre. And so I couldn't be happier with how it's all come out.
So we've gotten to see a lot of new Ascension stuff, a sneak peek kind of behind the curtain, and there was two things, I think one that I was most excited about and one that you were most excited about.
Yes.
Why don't you go first?
Okay, I'm going first. You think those minis are cool? Say hello to the plushie cultist.
That is it's cute.
I mean, he's adorable, but he's also useful, right? So again, fans of Ascension, they it's become a running gag that you just punch the cultist and he's a little bag that produces honor for you, because every 2 power you can knock out the cultist. Well, this is a bag that produces honor for you. He's got a bag in the back. Every time you hit the cultist, you can pull honor out. This just makes me giddy. I
think that's awesome.
It's really fun.
I want one, but
there's actually a Gen Con special that actually is available right now. You can get a pre-order the Ascension Tactics miniatures game. It doesn't come with the plastic miniatures; it comes with cardboard ones. And get this guy, and get enough sleeves to cover everything. Ascension Tactics sleeves, all for $80.
That's not bad.
So it's a good deal. It's something that you can get access to if you miss the Kickstarter. It's the first opportunity you have to get access to all these goodies.
Awesome. And the thing that I want to talk about, this is what blew me away. Fans of Ascension have been asking for this for forever. It's a big box. Look at this thing to hold all of Ascension, which is cool enough as it is. But hold on to that for me for a second. The thing that's really cool is that this magnetic cover comes off. And look at that. There's your board. And it's a beautiful, gorgeous looking version of the board as well. This is cool. So this will be out sometime in the near future as well, correct?
Yes, this is one of those, if you got it on the Kickstarter, you're going to get it soon. If not, then we'll have it at conventions and we'll have it in our online store by the end of the year. And I know for all true Ascension fans that have a wall of boxes,
right,
this is the solution that will hold all 10 years of stuff. And it's really came out beautiful. So
awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us here and showing us all this new great Ascension stuff and Stoneblade stuff. And we'll post some pictures on our Facebook if you follow us there. Otherwise, stay tuned for more Gen Con coverage.
All right.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.